All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this lower fender patch on that truck out there. Here's the front end. That's what we're looking at. There's the patch right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fender taken off here. And of course we're looking at both sides. These braces on the inside ain't really looking too bad. I'll look more into it once I get this fender cut out. I'm gonna go ahead and order me 2 new inner fenders. Go ahead and get rid of these. That's what we're looking like right there. It could be patch. I patched them on my red pickup, but it wasn't that bad. But might as well go ahead and freshen up both of them. A lot of them rust behind this plate right up in here. All in there, and that front plate right there, that's where it gets a lot of rust, as you can tell. So if I go ahead and freshen them up with 2 new ones, I just go ahead and slick them up flat black, undercoat the bottom real good, and be done with that. Radiator support ain't looking too bad. I believe I got a little rust in the bottom there, but I can go ahead and get it patched up, and we'll be good to go on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fender tore off. Here we go. Alright, as you can see, I got both fenders off. There they are. Wasn't too bad. A little rusty, but they come on off there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the driver's side first. So it's going on the table. Alright, here's what we're looking at. I'm probably going to go ahead and get it cut. Probably right in here somewhere. Here's the new patch right there. I got plenty of patch here to deal with. So like I said, somewhere right in here. We'll see. I'm going to get to grinding a little bit and see what we're looking like. Get down to some fresh metal. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of plywood up here. Normally I use a piece of cardboard, but I had this laying around the garage. I'm going to go ahead and get this scribed in, on up, and around. So that's what we're looking at. So when I go ahead and put it all back, I'll keep that same radius going to match that door out there. Because that's what I did when I put that door skid on. I kept the same radius, so that should keep everything looking pretty good. So I'm going to get to cutting. Alright, after doing a lot more grinding on the bottom to find my spot welds where they're welded into that brace there, I found a lot more rust in this area. So I'm going to bring it on up probably right there. Then I'll go straight on up, get it cut out. Alright, I went on and grinded down the bottom where they're spot welded into this bottom brace. I'm going to take my drill with a little drill bit on the end, put a pilot hole in all 4 of them. I got them marked out. Then I'll come back with this spot weld cutter. It's a little wore out, but I think it'll work. Then I'll drill them on out. Alright, after breaking this free, I got all the spot welds out of there, them 4 there. Now I'm going to go ahead and grind the side of this down to where it laps over. After I get that grinded down, then I'll go ahead and cut this and take what little bit of metal off the side. Here we go. All right, we're looking pretty good here. Went on and got that cut. I went on and put me like a 12-inch line from here against this, so when I put the new piece in, I can measure it and make sure I got my 12 inches. But it should be good anyway, because it's going to hit the back of that brace, so we should be all right on that. All right, after getting everything cut off here, I got everything wire wheeled down. It's pitted up a little bit, but it's still a good piece of metal. I'm gonna go ahead and put some rust encapsulator all on top of it. Spray some in the back real good. Drill me an extra hole in the bottom right here to let whatever get in there escape. So let's go ahead and hit it up. All right, after a couple days on the job, this is where I left off on this the other night. Treated all the rust encapsulator all through there. Treated the back, got some epoxy on it. Now I'm ready to go ahead and put the panel up there and get it scribed in. Here we go. All right, this is what I cut off of it right here. So what I'm probably going to do is go ahead, put it up here, make it about an inch bigger to give me a little bit better fit around here when I do scribe it. All right, this is what it looks like after I got it cut. It's about an inch big all the way around. So I'm gonna put it up there. This end over here is holding me up a little bit from pushing it against this far side here, but I'll kind of watch it a little bit of a shadow. So when I do get up here, I can bend it over and keep it right. So I'm still gonna put it a little bit big when I go to cut it. Then I'll put it on the belt sander and shave it down until I can give it everything to fit pretty good. All right, after getting it cut, I ain't looking too bad. I'm still a little bit big here and there, but I'm not going to tamper with anything on the fender. I'm just going to feather this patch here down on this belt sander until I get it right. Then I'll be ready to weld up. All right, after a few good shaves, I think I'm looking pretty good. I got enough gap around there to get my welds in. I think I'm ready to weld up. All right, before I weld this up, I'm gonna go ahead and drill me a couple of holes here so I can plug weld through the bottom of this brace, and drill me like 3 right here, so when I flip this tab over, I can weld through the top of that. And drill me 1 big hole right here in the bottom to let this debris escape for the next go around. All right, I'll do a little welding, then I'll come back with that grinder right there, hit some of the tops of them down a little bit, keep them throwing so much heat on it. Then I'll come back with that 80 flat disc right there, smooth it on out, let it cool down, hammer, dolly, and go back to welding again. Alright, what I got left to do is go ahead and get this cut right in here somewhere so I can finish bending this on around. Get that radius going right there. Just tap it over, weld it up from the bottom. Everything else is looking pretty good. Edge ain't looking too bad. I got one little low spot right in there. I might have to build a few tacks up, grind it down. That's looking good. Got a small valley right there, which will be alright. I can't get the hammer and dolly back behind that. There's a brace there. But all that's looking real good. So let me go ahead and finish this edge right here. Alright, here's what we're looking at. Had to put the stud welder on it right here and bring this up since there was a brace there. So I got that looking real good. Got all my turns. Had to make 3 cuts right here. 1, 2, 3. Well, I done 4. And bent that around. So that turned out alright until I can do my body work. The radius worked out good. Of course, it went back on the original brace, so it made the turn right like it was supposed to. Yeah, for now I'll go ahead and put a little epoxy on it and leave it at that until I can get everything done on it, the body work anyway. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all take it easy.